Hello and welcome. I'm Rachel Sinek and we are at Koda CrossFit Iron View in Lafayette, Colorado. And we are here to follow the Koda CrossFit Iron View's team and their journey to the 2022 CrossFit Games. Now with every journey there's a first step, and that first step here is going to be the CrossFit Open. But before we get to the open workouts, let's meet the team. All right, so we're gonna get to know the Koda CrossFit team a little bit. Now, two of the male individuals who are a part of the team are actually co-owners of Koda CrossFit Iron View here. And we're gonna start with one of them, and that is Casey McCallister! Woo!
What's up, Rach?
What's going on, Casey?
Another day in paradise.
All right, I'm excited to talk to you guys and kind of follow this journey. So hopefully make it to the CrossFit Games with the team.
That's definitely the goal. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun year for sure. We're excited. We've been training pretty hard all year, and obviously the last couple months been stepping it up a notch. And we've got some really big goals, and you know, we kind of got a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're fairly competitive as individuals, and none of us have ever made the games.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we kind of have a little bit to prove to ourselves, a little bit to prove to the community, and you know, a lot of pride on the line too.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about you. So you have some accolades to your name personally within CrossFit as far as like your previous profession. So let's kind of backtrack and tell us a little bit about how you got into CrossFit and your journey to where you are now.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, so before I was a gym owner, I was a police officer in Norman, Oklahoma. And obviously physical fitness should be a very important role in law enforcement. Yeah. Not always the case, but it should be. And for me as a police officer, fitness was huge. And I started doing, you know, my own thing that I thought CrossFit was dumb to start off. And I had a coworker that kind of tricked me and was like, you know, understood me and was like, hey, you should try this workout. It's called Murph. And I'm like,
okay.
What is that? And so I come to find out, you know, learn about Murph. I do it and the meaning behind it. And I'm like, holy crap, this is CrossFit? And so I said, is there other hero workouts? And so he told me there's tons of hero workouts. So literally for about a year, give or take, I did hero workouts every day as my workouts. And he and I, James Runner is his name. He's still a police officer in Oklahoma City. And we used to do that every day. And then finally, I always had to scale the hero workouts that had heavy weight. And I realized, if I'm going to try to do the next level and try to compete with this thing, I got to get stronger. So I found Koda CrossFit Iron View in Norman, Oklahoma. Kevin owned the gym. And yeah, just kind of fell in love with it and started competing, and now here I am, a gym owner in Colorado with Kevin. So
that's very exciting. So then tell me about like what your expectations are for the team moving forward and what you want to see happen.
Yeah, so I mean, we have high expectations as far as we want to make the games. That's kind of like the ultimate goal. But you can't just get to your end goal without thinking about you know, steps along the way. So we want to represent well in the open, but with just one and done, not overplay it, not skip out on our training. And then we want to go into quarterfinals and really make a statement there and show how we can perform as a team and as a unit. And then at semifinals is where, you know, the goal is top 5, obviously, because that qualifies you for the game. But we've got our sights set on top 3 at any semifinal event that we go to, and that's, you know, that's our goal, and that's what we say out loud. And you know, we're not hiding from it. You know, sometimes you try to like maybe keep your goals internalized or like don't speak them into existence. And we're doing the opposite. We're very open to one another on what our weaknesses are and how we get there. And you know, I have my weaknesses, Doc has hers, Maggie has hers, Kevin has his. So individually we work on those, and then whenever we train together, we try to like put the kind of pieces together and, you know, call each other out in a loving way, but a supportive way. And you know, you got to have that. And it's hard to find a teammate or teammates where you can call each other out and know it's for the better interest of the team.
Right.
So yeah,
that's a good dynamic.
We're excited.
Yeah. Very cool. Random fun question.
Oh, okay, love these.
What's your favorite CrossFit movement?
Favorite CrossFit movement? I don't know if it's a CrossFit movement, but my favorite lift is the squat clean. I remember coming in and just not having the mechanics, and through the years, you know, building on it and stuff. It's just it's a fun lift, and whenever you hit it just right, it's fun. Squat snatching or snatching in general, having a good day is a good day, but my numbers are just like, all right, they are what they are. But like squat clean, if you have like one of those days, it's just, I don't know, for me, it's really good. But then I also like all the girl workouts in CrossFit. So when I think of like CrossFit, I think of like the girl workouts.
Gotcha.
So,
Very nice. Well, yeah, I'm excited to see you compete in the Open here and see how you guys do. And to follow you guys on to quarterfinals.
Heck yeah, appreciate it, Rach.
Heck yeah, thanks for being here.
Awesome.
All right, guys, we're gonna meet the second male member of the team who is also the co-owner of Koda CrossFit Iron View, and that is Kevin Schuetz. Woo! All right, Kevin, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me come along on the journey to you guys making it to the CrossFit Games. It's very exciting. So let's talk about you a little bit.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about your journey in CrossFit and how that led you to being a CrossFit box owner.
Sure. My quick story is I played college baseball. I was in good shape in college. I drank a few beers in college, and once I graduated, I drank way too many beers, ate way too much fast food. I gained a lot of weight. I got in really bad shape over the course of a few years. Just kind of woke up one day, and I was I weighed in at 242, which is about 40 pounds heavier than I am right now.
All right.
And it was not muscle. So just weighed in, and I was like, man, I want to get healthy again. And I started working out a little bit on my own, and then I found CrossFit. And this is this is maybe 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And so I started going to a CrossFit gym in Chicago area, and then I started coaching there and loved it. And then I got transferred for a job to Oklahoma, and I worked that job for a year and coached part-time, and then I ended up quitting my job to open Koda CrossFit Norman in 2013. We opened on April Fool's Day. I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck, but ran that for 6 years there, and then Casey, he was a part-time coach at Koda Norman, and awesome coach, and we both decided it would be cool to move out to Colorado and open a gym here. So
here we
are.
It's a very fun team dynamic that you guys have, because you and Casey have been friends for a while. Evan and Maggie are married, so it's a cool little dynamic that they have as a team. But tell me about the team as a whole. What are your expectations for the team? What do you want to see happen, and how it all works together?
Just kind of on the guys' side, like what you said, Casey and I have been friends forever, and we've always tried to make it as individuals to the CrossFit Games season and stuff, and always had that goal of making it to the CrossFit Games and individuals. I came very close, and I've competed as an individual a lot of years, and I've always wanted to go team. And this year we have Emily and Maggie that are two of the hardest working any girl or guy athletes I've ever met, and so it's a lot of fun having 4 people that are working so hard and towards this common goal. And I've never been in that situation to have in CrossFit, but also obviously I'm from a team sports background, so it's really fun, and I think the team workouts are a little bit more fun than individual. Individuals kind of a lot of suck. And, the workouts are really tough for individuals.
You get to suffer together as a team.
Yeah, you get to suffer together, and so I'm really looking forward to this whole season, and I'm glad that we're getting started here.
Awesome. So let's talk about the CrossFit Open. What are your expectations and thoughts going into that?
Yeah, so it's kind of just explain to people that don't do CrossFit, it's like preseason for football, so it matters a little bit, but you just kind of have to make it to the next step, and then it all gets erased and wiped clean. So really it's, for our team specifically, it's kind of just a buy-in, make sure we make it to the next step. We're kind of focusing on a lot of other team training that'll come up later, but so we're not really prioritizing the Open, but when you see the scores on the leaderboard, I want us to be up there at the top, but it's not necessarily the goal for our team. But as a gym owner, it's so much fun having so many people pushing themselves and being able to have a competition within the walls of the gym. So it kind of feels like we're doing it as gym owners, and that's kind of the focus here. And then once the Open is over, we can start to focus on being athletes a little bit more, which is also really fun.
Awesome. So being a CrossFit gym owner, being an athlete in the sport of CrossFit, what does CrossFit mean to you?
I'm not even being sarcastic. It saved my life. I was in horrible shape, and I wasn't proud of who I was. I didn't really work hard at anything. I hated my job at the time, and I was I guess being an athlete's over, and I'll just be Uncle Rico, I used to be able to throw a baseball over the mountains, but and so it was just cool getting back into being an athlete again. And then on top of that, my wife Liz, we dated in college, and then we kind of broke up for a while, and then CrossFit actually reunited us back together.
Oh, that's exciting.
A lot of our friends were still going out and partying and stuff, and we were kind of we had the same group of friends from college and stuff, and so we basically kind of CrossFit almost brought us back together. We were both wanting to live a healthier life, and that was 11 years ago. Now we've been married for almost 8 years and a few months here. I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
So Yeah,
Very
I mean, so
exciting.
CrossFit means everything to me.
Yeah.
And now it's, you know, I've run a CrossFit gym. It's been my life, running a business for, almost a decade, 9 years
Yeah.
now.
It's really
And,
built into
yeah.
your life. Yeah.
And I love it. You know,
That's
I love
awesome.
my day to day. I never get the Sunday night feeling. Like I used to
of
get the
Monday.
Sunday night
Yeah.
feeling all the
Sunday
time.
scaries.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
how am I gonna fit everything I want to do into one day?
Yeah.
It's kind of the stress now. So
Well, that's always refreshing to hear. Somebody who
Yeah.
really enjoys what they're doing and like it's part of their life and they love it. So that's awesome to hear for you. So tell me, like, what's been your favorite moment in the sport of CrossFit so far?
There's definitely some clips we could pull here.
Yeah.
So 2016 was like the closest I made it to qualifying as an individual.
Yeah.
So it used to be called regionals, now it's
Yeah.
called semifinals, and it's 7 workouts typically over the course of 3 days.
Yeah.
And Casey made it as individual that year. I made it as individual, so we went and competed together, and we trained really hard together.
Yeah.
And they take the top 5 out of each region. And I was 6th place going into the last workout.
Okay.
And so the last workout's like thrusters and legless rope climbs, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna send it and see what happens. And so I just came out hot, and
Yeah.
I was winning the whole workout to the last rope climb, and it was like something I'm really proud of, but also devastated at the same time,
Yeah.
because it was like one of those things where if I would have gone 1 second faster on that workout, or
Yeah.
another workout I got 1 extra rep or
Right,
something,
sure.
I would have qualified that year. But I ended up Sam Dancer ended up qualifying that year
Okay.
in 5th place, and
Yeah.
then I was the guy that didn't quite make it. So that was like a proud moment, but also like looking back,
Yeah.
it's like you know, unfinished business.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of what I'm taking into this year is, you know, I'm still
right.
fired up, and like, you know, the end goal is to make the CrossFit Games as a team, but also do some damage there.
Yeah, so maybe that
Yeah.
sets you up for this moment right here, right
Yeah.
now with the team
Yeah.
and making it to the game. So I'm excited to see the journey for the
Yeah.
whole team. Thank you for being here. I can't
Thanks,
wait to see
Rach.
you guys crush it.
Can we do this again?
Yeah! All right, guys, we're going to continue to meet the team and we're going to move on to the ladies. So one of the ladies that we have on here today is going to be Maggie Boyich! Woo! What's going on, Maggie?
up?
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get to know Maggie a little bit. Maggie, tell me about your athletic background and how you got into CrossFit.
So I was a softball player, like collegiate softball player growing
Okay.
up. And then after personal train for a while,
Okay.
so a friend had me do CrossFit. And I'm super competitive, like Scrabble competitive, Monopoly competitive, everything.
Yeah.
So I tried one day and I loved it. Yeah.
Nice.
And 10 years later, somehow I'm trying to compete still.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. The longevity.
Yeah.
So tell me about how you guys decided to kind of form this team and then try to make
Yeah.
it to the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, moving out here, my wife and I actually were like, we're done competing, like working out's for pleasure, this
Yeah.
is great. Turns out, like, we have an awesome business we're running, we sleep better than ever, we eat better than
Yeah.
ever. So everything came together, we're having fun training with
Nice.
the guys. Casey and Kev are 2 amazing guys that are super supportive. I don't know, they make us better. So somehow that
Yeah.
got us into competing again. The 4 of us make a really
Nice.
good team. And it's awesome for a team to be able to hit it a few hours a day. You don't
Yeah.
have to dedicate 10 hours of working out
Yeah.
a day. We're doing maybe 2 workouts a day, eating well, sleeping good, and that's all we can do. Ask for. Yeah.
So she did mention her wife, and she is the second female member of the team. So we got a nice dynamic here.
We might be the first. I
Yeah?
don't know. I'm
Ooh.
trying to find out.
We'll check that out. But something fun about Maggie too is that she is known to make some good sandwiches. Is that
Yes,
right?
I'm known as the Sammy Lady on Instagram.
Her alter ego.
Yes. So I love making sandwiches. You can make them with love. If
Yeah.
you go to Subway, 14-year-old making your sandwich not with love. I make them with love.
So what's the specialty? What's the special? Your favorite sandwich to make and eat?
I would say a classic Italian style. We got
Okay.
extra salami, turkey. You got to go with like that lettuce, olive oil,
Nice,
vinegar.
okay.
Maybe a little mustard, butter, toast. Bread is super important. So good sourdough, good Italian bread. Love me an Italian sandwich.
All right, that sounds good. Maybe one day we'll have you make a sandwich on here
Actually,
and
that
everyone
would be
can
awesome.
watch you eat
Let's
it.
do it, and you can rate it.
Yeah, so perfect. Oh, I love it. So tell me a little bit about the CrossFit Open and what your thoughts are going into that.
So this is the first time ever where the Open's kind of just been, I get through it, I push as hard as I can, but we have so much more goals in mind, like skill work. I'm trying to work on strength personally. Those are weaknesses that I think I need to be able to bring once semifinals comes, with our goal of making it to the games. If I can focus on these selfishly, then as a team we're better. On Saturdays we try to train the worm, which is a huge communication and team aspect of training. So I would say that's it.
Yeah. So what do you think sets this team apart?
Ooh, that's a good question. This team, I think the fact that we have fun and it doesn't feel like a lot of pressure. Like we're all very talented athletes. And my wife and Kev are freaking two of the strongest people I've ever met. Casey and I are more gymnastic engine type of people. So we bring our strengths and weaknesses together and we create an awesome team.
It's a good mix.
And I feel like we're all supportive there for each other. We want to have fun and just do the best we can.
Well, awesome. I'm excited to see you guys crush it in the Open and move on to quarterfinals.
Thank you for being here, Rach.
All right, guys, we're going to move on to the second female member of the team, and that is Em Boyich! Woo! What's going on, Em?
Not much.
She's here. She's alive, and she's ready.
Yes.
So let's talk about you a little bit. What is your athletic background, and how did you get into CrossFit?
So I started sports as a gymnast, and that led me into both soccer and volleyball throughout grade school, I would say. I ultimately ended up just playing soccer in undergrad, and then rugby at my doctorate program at Palmer. So after that gave me like the adrenaline rush that I wanted, and the only thing that matched that was CrossFit. So.
Nice. So how did you decide that you wanted to compete as a team this year?
Yeah, so I did actually compete in, I think it was 2014 on team. And it's been team ever since.
Yeah,
It's so much better that way. I found out I could work a lot harder for other people than I can just for myself. So it makes it enjoyable and it keeps me accountable for sure.
So you are a chiropractor as well as a CrossFit athlete. So tell me about how you balance kind of, work, training, life, all that stuff.
Yes, a lot of time management. A little bit of sacrifice, but it's really nice to have a profession that I'm so passionate about. It feels like better than any paycheck I could ever get. So
that's awesome.
It's motivating in that way, and staying strong in the gym allows me to adjust more people in the office. So it's a win-win for sure.
Yeah. And then something else that's more unique about you as part of this team is that you are a diabetic. Right?
Yes.
So tell me about the kind of challenges that come with that. And
you saw some of them too.
And then trying to compete, especially like making it to the games where it's several events in one day, and like how that plays into how you're training, like how that all works.
Yeah, it takes a lot of management. So typically, and this is one thing that people who aren't diabetic don't understand really, is that your adrenaline is your body's own source of glucose. And you have insulin to cover that, but I don't, never will. So, I get excited, my blood sugar could be 300-400, and so that kind of feels like, you're working out with the flu. But luckily, I'll take insulin, usually minimizes that. Honestly, comp days takes a lot of fasting just to reduce the amount of variables that go into it. And then I'll smash some food afterward. And be all right.
I mean, that's a challenge in itself, not eating and competing and just, depletion. I mean, that's a lot.
It takes a lot of mental game for sure.
But it can be done.
It can be done, yes, totally.
In the flesh, it can be done.
Don't let your doctors tell you you can't. It can be done.
There you go. So tell me about, we're in the Open now. So tell me, what your thoughts are and expectations are for the Open.
My expectations are always just survive it. Typically not my favorite part of the season. It's for those, fast movers in the gym, which tends to be my wife, as you saw. So I'm more of the 1 rep max sort of strength specialist. That's my jam. So I'm hoping for that come soon. Hoping for one of those events. But so expectations aren't too high really there. Try to help my team out as much as I can. Hopefully don't hold them back is always a goal. And then hope for some strength events to come up here.
I know. I was talking to all of the team members here, and they all seem to fill in some gaps for everybody. So it's a cool dynamic that you guys have.
4 very different athletes, right?
Which is great. I think it makes a great team. It's like a puzzle piece, and you all fill in the gaps. Okay, it's great. Tell me what has been so far your favorite CrossFit memory or moment in the sport of CrossFit?
Of all the years?
Of all the years.
I would say, so about 3 years ago, I actually competed on team with a few of them, and I couldn't do a legless rope climb, and that was like a huge part of the event. And after that, you know, I was like a little more mentally weak than I am now. And I was just like, I'm never doing legless again. I'm never doing muscle ups. Like, I was really bitter about it. And then, you know, last year we had to. And somehow just, you know, training and stuff paid off and figured out how to do it. So having that come to fruition was like a huge motivator for me. And I was like, all right, stop limiting yourself. Like, your teammates are bringing you up, you know, ride the wave and let it ride. So I would say that's one of my favorites.
That's awesome. All right, well, cool. I appreciate you being here, and I'm excited to see the team move on to the next stage. So, Em, good luck with everything.
Thank you. So appreciate it.
We'll continue on the journey. There you have it, guys. We have met all 4 members of the Koda CrossFit Iron View's team. So now, let's get to the CrossFit Open. Cue CrossFit Open montage. So there you have it. We met all 4 members of the Koda CrossFit Iron View's team, and we watched them crush those open workouts. So we are on to the next stage, and that is quarterfinals. So I hope that you continue to follow along here as we go with the Koda CrossFit Iron View's team and their journey to the 2022 CrossFit Games. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you at quarterfinals.